Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Stone Legion Generals fight in Castle Nathria on normal and heroic difficulty. Their names are Kaal and Grashaal, but since Grashaal rhymes and he had the bad luck to go second, I'm gonna call him Greg today. Sorry, bud. In phase 1, we fight Kaal directly on the ground while Greg attacks from the air. You can only damage the boss on the ground. Kaal will mark pairs of players with Wicked Laceration. She's going to boomerang a blade through both of them and then back to her. Ideally, there's a clear side of the boss for them to run to. Anyone hit by that gets a permanent bleed. Heartrend is a healer mechanic. A set of long, low damage dots will go out that are followed by a short, bursty dot when they expire or are dispelled. You can stagger out your dispels to help kind of manage that burst. Serrated Swipe puts a stacking bleed on her tank. You can swap to keep stacks low, but wait, there's another way to remove bleeds here. That brings us to Greg and his Stonebreakers combo. It's a 3-move sequence. He starts by channeling Crystallize on a random non-tank player, and then after 5 seconds he'll explode them with Crystalline Burst. That burst stuns, but also removes bleeds, so you can use this to clear up tank bleeds and lacerations. A Pulverizing Meteor Soak attack follows the burst, and others can step into that to help share the damage. Greg will also harass from the air with Stone Spike, and that'll slow you down a bit. You will also encounter adds. The Stone Legion Goliath needs to be picked up by the off-tank. It won't do much until 20% health when it starts reducing the raid's healing taken. Finish it off. When it dives, it drops an Anima Orb, which we'll need for this next bit. When Kaal hits 50% health, she's going to use Hardened Stone Form and take less damage. Stone Legion Commando adds will then come in and start tossing down Bombardment Swirls to dodge. You can kill these, and when they die, they drop an Anima Orb as well. To move the fight forward, you need to collect the dropped Anima Orbs and then run them over to Prince Renathal, who should be chilling by the door. When he gets full mana, he will cast Shattering Blast on Kaal to break her stone form. The blast also does a big knockback, so stay near him lest you get flung off the edge. That brings us to phase 2. Kaal takes to the air, and we fight Greg on the ground. Greg keeps the Stonebreakers combo, and Kaal keeps the Wicked Blade. Greg also gets Stone Fist, a frontal cone with a big knockback and a debuff. His tank should put their back to the wall and not the cliff. Nobody else wander in front of that, and tank swap on 2 stacks or so. Seismic Upheaval spawns swirls underfoot, move out of those. Reverberating Eruption targets a random player, does an 8-yard AoE on them, debuffs them, and leaves an unstable ground zone underneath them. Simple enough, but then it also makes all other unstable ground zones from previous eruptions into a soak mechanic, needing one player to stand in and soak each. Someone without the vulnerability debuff needs to soak each one. As the fight continues and you rack up more and more zones, you will need more people to help soak. Pick an area to kind of gather the ground zones in, and then run there when the eruption is on you. While Kaal is in the air, in addition to her bouncing Wicked Blade, she also picks up Ricocheting Shuriken, which does some light chaining damage. You can spread out if this is really ruining your day, but on paper it's not that much damage. The adds are the same as phase 1, and the phase also ends the same way. At 50% health, Greg will Stone Form, you bring Renathal his Cranberries, and he blasts the Stone Form off. That brings us to phase 3, where we fight them both together. All of the ground mechanics will happen, plus Soldier's Oath, which enrages one when the other dies. Kill them as close together as you can. On normal, that's it. On heroic, the reverberating vulnerability debuff lasts longer, so you're going to need to alternate sets of soakers. And that is Stone Legion Generals in Castle Nathria. If you like the stick figure raiders, there is now merch of those. Thanks for watching, come visit me on Twitch sometime, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.